Let me go ahead and read an article here for a second about the President Barack Hussein Obama update right here, and why the president actually shies away, steers away, and keeps away from the camera now. You know, first he was all up in front of the camera, wanted to be in front of the camera. Now he runs away from the camera. You know the reason why? Because there's a term that I often use over and over and over again. It's called stage playing hypocrite. Now here it is. And you better watch it nowadays. It may even be against the law to be critical against the President of the United States and the government of the United States. Playing golf with Tiger Woods doesn't look good with the 12 million Americans out of work and the 16 trillion debt. This is by the Telegraph, the UK. It's not hard to see why Barack Obama is rather camera shy over the latest golfing outing, this time with sports superstar Tiger Woods. The optics certainly doesn't look good for the president, who has in the past called on Americans to make sacrifices. You know, we all need to tighten up our bootstraps and tighten up our belt, and we really need to make sacrifices to make America strong again. Anyway, while blatantly refusing to do so himself, it's certainly not an image the president wants to project to the 12.3 million Americans who are out of work. And of course, you know, when they're fudging the numbers and cooking the books, you wouldn't know that, because once they fall off the unemployment status, guess what? And they're no longer counted as, to fit the unemployment numbers, because now there are no longer people who actually exist. Let me get back to this article right here. 12.3 million. Okay. Americans who are out of work, or the millions more who are also seeking full-time employment. How are you going to seek full-time employment? I just heard a Hyper report, and it's talking about J.C. Penney getting ready to close up 200-something stores, Kmart closing up 200-something stores, and the list goes on and on and on. And Walmart is reporting dismal profits for the month of February. And as a matter of fact, I know a lot of people that work for Walmart. None of them are working 40-hour work weeks anymore. They all cut down to 35 hours, less and less. Look at this. You know the reason why, don't you? Walmart is not paying. They're not playing that game called Obamacare, because they're the largest employer of Americans in this country today. And they're not going to set up and pay full-time wages, so they have to turn around and pay full-time insurance, or insurance for the people. No, they're going to put everybody on part-time so they can exempt themselves and opt out of paying for Obamacare. All right. Americans who are out of work are the millions more who are also seeking full-time employment, nor does it suggest that he is serious about the reining in the $16.5 trillion of debt his government owes. By the way, of which $6 trillion of that debt thus far and counting has all happened on Obama watch. So ain't no need to sit up there talking about Bush this, Bush that, Bush that. No. You 4 years running and getting ready to run another 4 years. And I promise you American people one thing. Under Obama, he will double what he spent. You hear that? He's going to double the deficit. He's going to double what he spent. Let me see. If it's at, he has spent 16, the deficit is more likely going to be over 20 trillion before he gets out of office. The debt of the government owes 6 trillion, of which was racked up in his first term of office. Flying Air Force One to Florida at the cost of about $180,000 per hour hardly sends the right message to U.S. taxpayers who have just seen their payroll taxes go up. This is the latest demonstration of an overwhelming culture of impunity. Impunity. Y'all getting that? In a celebrity-obsessed Obama White House, frequently coupled with a disturbing lack of transparency. Yeah, you remember he said he's going to be transparent and everything's going to be laid out on the table, and the American people would get to see everything before it even sent to Congress to even get voted on. You ever heard of the word liar? I keep telling you, if a politician's mouth is moving, they are lying to you. There ain't no honor and an integrity among thieves. Where we at? This is the latest demonstration. You already read that part about that being obsessed. Okay. Frequently coupled with the disturbing lackluster or lack of transparency that would roundly condemned by the likes of the New York Times, NBC, or CBS if a Republican were in office. You know, it's amazing because if the Republican was in office, the Republicans will be making excuses like they did with Bush. But when the Democrats in office, you know, it's a dog and pony show. They play it very, very well. It's just that you can't, for some reason, get these Americans to wake up. But I know how to wake them up. When the EBT card stop, when you lose your job, the job that you did have, and you no longer going to work, when them children start starving, you never made any provisions. I think we're staring at a revolution in this country. It just, I mean, you know, according to history, everything is lining up for a severe revolution. No wonder the government is buying 1.5 billion hollow rounds. They're getting ready. They're arming up for this revolution that everybody sees inevitable. Because right now, American people are asleep. And of course, with these higher gases come higher food prices. I'm sure all of you noticed that you're paying the same price, if not more, for less ice cream. I'm sure you noticed that you're paying the same price, if not more, for less potato chips. Everything, the quantities are getting smaller because that is a psychological effect that they're pulling on you because they figure you just go and buy the item. You're not going to psychologically put together that you're getting less quantity. You're not going, no. You don't think about that. You think you're buying the same thing and stuff. But anyway, let's go on. It's also a presidency that is rife with hypocrisy, as Obama words in Virginia in April 2011 perfectly convey. And this is what he said, and I quote, "We are going to have to ask everybody to sacrifice." Got to throw that look in there. And if we're asking community colleges to sacrifice, hey, cut the teleprompter on. Oh, wait a minute. I lost my train of thought. Go to commercial break. Teleprompter stop. Hold on for a second. Okay, we come on back on. Teleprompter's back on again. Okay. If we're asking people who are going to see potential fuel services in their neighborhoods to make a little sacrifice, then we can ask millionaires and billionaires to make a little sacrifice. Update before sequester. Obama ends golf trip. Common America Journal. I tell you what, it's utterly amazing. Are you people beginning to get the picture?